This is one of my first customers from when I first opened my shop 14 years ago. And the car is back here 14 years later for more work. Let's find out what's wrong with this Mercedes. Let's get started. This customer has been a great customer. I've worked on this particular car for 14 years. We've seen it over the years 4 or 5 or 6 different times for various other repairs and different things. Being that we're getting ready to move to New Mexico, this customer brought their car and said, let's do one final check over. If it needs anything, let's get it done, because that way it'll be good for years to come. And then he's going to have to find another mechanic, unfortunately, but been a very, very good customer. This is a 1999 Mercedes-Benz CL500. It's basically a 2-door S-Class. It's a little dirty, it got rained on, it's got some water spots, but it's in really good shape. It's such a nice car. Let's take a look around this Mercedes. Here's the front of this CL500. You can see one wiper is up and one wiper is down on the headlights. We're going to see if we can get them to go back normal, but we're not going to be repairing that this time. This is the 16-inch wheels that they had for many years with Mercedes. Very nice looking wheels. It's a very long, sleek car. I love the styling of the CL500. As we come around to the back, you can see it just says CL500. It's not an AMG or anything special. But you can notice that the rear wheels are sitting a little low. They're sagging. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and get the hood opened. 14 years this car has gotten planned service. To keep your car in tip-top shape, you have to have a plan for maintenance and repairs. Overlooking issues and hoping for the best isn't a good plan. If you value your safety, you have to be intentional either on the road or where you live and work. I can help keep cars running, but I need another set of eyes watching my home and shop. For over a year, I've trusted Real-Link Cameras, a long-term sponsor of this channel, to watch over my home and shop. I know I can trust them since they have been a leader in smart home security since 2009. I have their TrackFlex floodlight Wi-Fi camera watching my backyard. It marries together a classic floodlight with a high-tech dual-lens camera. This camera replaced an old dim light. Now my backyard has a motion-sensing floodlight that I can control the brightness and color temperature. I like the light to be at max brightness. The dual camera keeps one eye on the whole backyard and another eye zoomed in on important details. Check out the deer I found running through the yard. That deer can really jump. The AI tracking on the second camera zoomed in on me and followed me as I walked. The footage this camera gets will be great if I ever have an intruder. The AI technology goes one step further. The Rio Neuro-powered search feature lets me search footage by keyword. I can type bald man and look at all the times it found me outside. Another thing I love about Real-Link cameras is they run locally. Footage is stored on a micro SD card and the system doesn't require any subscriptions. Their app makes controlling and viewing each camera simple. Plus, an app notifies me any camera detects motion. Their cameras also have 2-way audio systems.
Hey you, what are you doing? I'm calling the police.
Check out this time lapse of a lightning storm outside our shop. Spring storms in Kansas can really put on a nice light show. Spring cleaning starts with a clear view. Rediscover the beauty of nature with Real-Link cameras. Now up to 35% off. Shop now using my link or by scanning the QR code. Now back to this Mercedes.
Wizard, that's kind of, hard to reach in there. Doesn't this have service position?
It does. I could see myself hitting my head on this thing. Luckily, Mercedes thought about that. Unlike an American car in 1999, Mercedes has got your back on that. Let's take a look. Get that one clicked. We'll go to this side. And watch this, guys. Whoa! And then it clicks, and it'll hold it there for you. Why don't they do that today? This is so nice. It's like taking the whole hood off. I can be right up in here working and not hit my head. It is so, so nice. So here's our 5-liter double overhead cam V8. These engines are pretty much bulletproof. These things go for years and years and years. A lot of the things we've done to this engine, we've done the heater monovalve, dual valve, whatever it's called. We've done these cam magnet seals. They're getting ready to do belt and tensioner and pulleys just due to age. The one thing we noticed is it had a misfire. It was running rough when it came in. We found this coil had been replaced many years ago and likely it's giving trouble again. And the customer said, let's just go ahead and do all 8 coils and plugs. I don't want to keep doing one at a time. When coils get age on them, they get to a certain point where they're starting to fail, and you've replaced one, and now a second one, and now a third one. It makes sense to just go do all of them, because they're all reaching that age that they're starting to drop out. Once you get 8 new ones in there, you're done. You don't have to mess with it anymore. That'll solve the rough running issue. The customer did mention that they had a switch that was pushed through in the center console. Mrs. Wizard will show it to you guys. Take it away in the interior, Mrs. Wizard. It's beautiful in there.
Okay, there you go, ladies and gents. 114,408 miles. And no, it is not 20 degrees here in the shop. No, it is much warmer. It's probably like 60. And Wizard, this isn't a DeLorean. We're going back in time, though. I really don't know what's going on. I guess it's probably not an issue, but it would drain the battery over time, constantly running that little motor. So might need to see what's going on there, at least keep this on a tender. But I love this gauge cluster, very classic Mercedes. So we move up, dash, look at this. It's looking great. Everything is in pristine condition. Look at our wood trim. No, not so much as a crack in the varnish. Looking lovely. So move down, the wood around all of our controls here. Again, really good. Our stereo has been upgraded to an Alpine system, which I could appreciate. You know, a stereo with, some more features like Bluetooth and CDs. Yes, I appreciate that. So move back. Here is where we started to have some of those issues. And it was actually this little guy right here, the one with the little person and their seatbelt. It got pushed in, and Daniel was able to push from behind and just push it back in there. It pushed it all the way through. So be gentle. She is an old beauty, but you can't beat her up too much. Get to our center console area, and it is a butterfly design, so it does have 2 spots on here. So, oh, look, and here is one of the Wizard's old original business cards. Oh, I know you guys don't like me going through this stuff, but this was ours back in the day. Look at this. This was one of our original business cards way back when we had our first shop open at our country residence in Halstead. Look at that. Isn't that great? I love it. But no, we'll put that back. But again, the other side, it's kind of rocks back and forth. Other side opens and has a cup holder on this side. So, okay, looking really good. There's no marks, there's no elbow prints in here, but there we go. Get to our seats there. Everything in here is very dark charcoal. The seat's in really good shape. So is our door card. Again, that wood trim, looking fabulous. Love those controls there for our electric seats. Because this is so much like an S-Class, it is a 4-seater. It is not a 5-seater. The person here in the center does not get to sit on the hump. No, they've put a little console in there with controls there for those seats as well. So looking good. Headliner, just the same. Since this is a 1999 and, well, the clock is trying to get us back there after all, it doesn't have buttons on here. We don't have anything but the horn and the airbag. That's it. Nothing else. We don't even have a nice fancy metal Mercedes symbol. We just get it embossed nicely into that airbag cover. So enough of this interior talk. Let's get this up in the air and see what's going on.
So this is about a 28-year-old car. You guys can imagine what could be possibly wrong underneath a Mercedes-Benz with that many miles. Let's see if those things are wrong, or if it's been really well maintained and they're not. Let's find out. So I don't see major coolant leaks or anything going on with the radiator area. Here's our oil pan. I don't see anything leaking there. I do see a tiny bit on this cross member, which we traced up to be a valve cover gasket. We replaced those a few years ago. It just needs to be retorqued. It's just from age. This thing sits a lot, guys. A lot of months out of the year. He's traveling. He does a lot of traveling, and this thing sits. Retorque those. That'll take care of that. Very luckily, it's nothing serious. These have some big brakes on them. They're about 90% remaining. We do see that the shock is blown there. You can see from back here, there's a little bit of oil coming out of the top. You can just barely see it. Sway bar link is good. Nothing loose there. Brakes are 90%. Sway bar link, good. And this one's also just starting to leak oil out of the top of its shock. Nothing loose there. Move back to the transmission. I don't see anything leaking or anything pouring out of that. It looks like maybe a tiny seepage here, probably from this crush washer. We'll probably just put a crush washer on it and make sure it's happy. One thing that would be common failure with this many years on a Mercedes is the flex disc. Let's take a look at that. See, the transmission mount is in good shape. It's been replaced. The flex disc is good. Nothing serious there. Our stock exhaust is all intact. Looks like a little bit of rust on the muffler, but nothing too serious. It's definitely got some age on that. Flex disc here looks good, no serious issues there, nothing leaking from our rear differential. Our CV boots are good. Our rear brakes, about 80% remaining, nothing loose. CV boots are good. Brakes are about 80%, nothing loose there either. Sway bar link on both sides, not loose. One of the issues this customer had was that it's really rough on the suspension all of a sudden. In the last little bit he's been driving it, he's like, this thing is riding rough. So we noticed the front shocks are leaking oil. Those are starting to fail. But this has balls in the back, Mrs. Wizard.
Just like a Citroen?
Yes, it has load leveling suspension. It also has kind of a Citroen type of suspension in the back. You can take a look here.
Yep, just looks like the 6.9 over theirs.
Yep, it has a suspension ball there. We did take these boots up and look at the shocks to make sure they're not leaking, and they're not. There's another ball over here. It's kind of above the exhaust, kind of hard to see. But this shock is not leaking either. In our walk around, we noticed the rear was sagging. That all corroborates with rough ride. The accumulators are depleted, they're failed. So that's why it's riding low and riding rough. So it needs a new pair of balls, Mrs. Wizard.
Well, that's not usually a thing we replace.
No, but on this we're definitely going to. Let's check the date codes on those tires. Look at that, guys, 2011. It's been a while since it's had some tires. Customer mentioned there's a slight vibration on the highway, and I can definitely say it's got flat spots. If you want to watch the bottom of the tire here, I'm going to spin it, and you'll notice it does like this hopping motion. You can see it there. They're out of round. It's got a flat spot in it. The solution to the vibration, and basically because it's so old, the tires, all 4 tires need to be replaced on this car. Let's get this thing on the ground. So one thing you can tell is this customer's definitely maintained this vehicle. There's a few little things that need to be addressed on this trip. It needs some balls or accumulator spheres in the rear to help the ride, the suspension. The struts are blown. The customer is very adamant about servicing things that really need to be done, but certain things are not such a huge deal, like this wiper arm. We'll try to get it reset back to normal, but they don't make that anymore. You pretty much have to find a good used set on eBay or something, and then they may last, they may not. It's kind of a crapshoot. A lot of people just get them fixed back to the normal position and just unplug them. They don't use them anymore. They make sure it doesn't do something weird and operate and get stuck again. Those are a common failure point on these, and most people I have offered to fix, they choose not to, and I don't blame them. I don't think I would fix it either. This customer doesn't really drive this in the snow or any kind of crazy weather, and like I said, most of the year it sits. This is a fun, warm weather car. So he's willing to go the extra mile to take care of all the service areas, but stuff like this, it can wait, or maybe something in the future. The clock is something we're going to look at. I think that the little twist knob with the button is maybe out of adjustment. It just needs to be readjusted, and that'll keep it from spinning. But once we get those things solved, which is going to be a belt, a tensioner, pulley, accumulator spheres, some shocks in the front, just some basic service items, this thing will be back to its former glory, riding high, riding smooth again. We must have fixed it really good last time because it's been 4 years since I've seen this vehicle. It's done some driving and some sitting, and now it's back. We're seeing that it needs some more service, some things done to it. But we must have done it right because it went 4 years without any serious trouble. It's getting really hard to find these CL500s in really good shape. The value of these, I predict, is just going to keep going up. Most of these, you find them, they've been roached out, they've been neglected. This is broke, that's broke. I mean, there'd be like 30 or 40 items broke. And it just could take forever to work through all those issues on one of the vehicles. But this one just needs a few items. It's going to be back on the road, and probably the last time I will ever see this CL500 again after 14 years of maintenance. This CL500 is the longest running single car I've had in the shop. All the way back from the beginning, all the way to now, I'm still getting to service this vehicle all these years later. Most people by now have traded it in, moved on to something else, and like with Hoovy, he's the longest running customer, but you guys know from watching his channel, he goes through cars kind of like I do. 2 in, 2 out, 3 in, 2 out. It's constant change of cars. This one's been perpetual service customer for 14 years. One thing I like about these classic Mercedes, like we all know, they are built to last. Unlike today where you get chintzy plastic headlights, these are glass. That's why after all these years later, we don't have yellow fogged out headlights. They're crystal clear, probably for half a century or more. It'll stay crystal clear. Probably for 100 years they'll stay clear. Why they can't do that today? I don't know. Probably because of cost. But definitely wanted to get a video out to show you guys this good customer, 14 years he's been working with us, his really nice CL500, and how if you keep up on the maintenance, you can make even an old Mercedes keep going for years and years and years to come. If you're curious what kind of tools we're going to use to work on this CL500 or any other car in the shop, check our Amazon affiliates link in the description below. A lot of the tools we use every day, tried and true and proven, are listed for sale there. And if you purchase any of them, we get a small cut and really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell because we have a full schedule, which means more videos for you guys. Thanks for watching.